All right, Dog Nation, you wanted it, you got it. We came out to California to see Ryan Puglisi and Dylan Raiola at the Elite 11, and here is the first day wrap. Dog Nation's Jeff Sintel here at the Elite 11 in Redondo Union High School, Redondo Beach, California. First guy up here is Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola, you see him warming up. He was mic'd up for the first day of the Elite 11. Cameras kind of following him everywhere. You see him warming up, getting loose right here. Dylan, one of the things you notice with him is that every throw he makes is going to be magnified. If he throws it wide, it's going to be noticed. You know, Dylan started off, some throws were off target. It seemed like he was trying to get into it. What you see here is a guy that has all the tools. He makes it look really easy. The term easy gas gets thrown around a lot with Dylan Raiola because he can throw it very hard without it really looking like he is. You see here a couple reps here to Jeremiah Smith. That's the Ohio State commitment right there. Dylan told me Wednesday night that probably the biggest remaining work left in the class for him, main priority would be to flip Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State. You see here, just letting that ball get out there. He puts it on guys really fast, and it doesn't really look like he's trying. There's a lot of mechanics, a lot of teaching at work here. Look at him just spot that ball down here. And now here's a good look at Ryan Puglisi. So Ryan, this is a drill, a lot of drills where, like, one of the things you saw with Ryan is it really jumps out of his hand. Probably when he gets to Georgia, I think the first thing they're going to have to work on, or just maybe put in his ear, is every ball does not have to be a Rip City ball. I mean, the ball flies out of his hands, but I think his development when he gets to Georgia is the coaches will know that he can rip it. They know he can put it on guys. They know he can get the ball there before the DB reacts. But what they want to see is they want to see him put the ball on guys where it's catchable, put the ball on guys where they don't have to slow down to go get it, where basically he's throwing guys open and the receiver doesn't have to adjust a lot to it. That, to me, would be his big developmental playing at Georgia. But you see, big guy, big athlete. We had some pictures of them together side by side, and, man, they both are pretty similar. They're both 6'3", 220. One of the things I think people don't really understand about Puglisi is he's a heck of a baseball player. He can throw the ball 73 yards. He's got a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Great athlete. I think he had like 15 rushing touchdowns last year in a private school league that I don't think he gets enough credit for. I don't think that's Georgia high school football level he's competing in. But what's happening here is you see him with a lot of placement guys, a lot of fifth-year high school seniors guys, a lot of guys that are +1 before they go into post-grad years, before they go play college football. This is one of those drills that I think really magnified a lot of them. Both of them have these crazy arms, but they can't really just let it go. You see him working. I think Raiola started out struggling, maybe throwing to his left early, but he was throwing a lot of those layered passes really well. They were trying to put the ball on guys. You see some passes that they don't complete here. You see some passes that weren't their best throws, but I tried to include a mix of what each guys can do well, how the ball jumps out of their hands. The other thing I want to share is, like, it was not purposeful. It wasn't scripted, but Raiola wore number 1, Puglisi wore number 2, and in a lot of drills, back-to-back, they're going right after one another. And I thought that was an interesting piece of irony right here, because that's what they're going to be doing a lot during their time at Georgia. You see them still working on balls to that corner of the end zone there. Puglisi with a nice effort right there. Just wasn't caught. Here he comes back with the same throw. The first throw wasn't caught, but that was a much better ball the second time around, even though he was working on an adjustment. One of the things you notice from both of them is they both took the coaching really well. Ryan and Dylan right there, look at him. You saw that a lot on the first night. Really easy camaraderie between those two, and they really just met each other, like face-to-face, talked to each other for the first time. Ryan told me they gave each other a hug, and one of the things that Dylan Raiola told me about Ryan Puglisi is that, man, ball can rip. Ball can really come out of his hands. He was really impressed with his arm right there. You see Ryan being very playful. That's some of his personality coming out right there. He's just a really good kid. This was a drill, the shallow crossing route, that I thought was good for both of them. I kind of really wanted to see it because in a game, if this is the SEC, if you put it too hard on the guy and it's inaccurate, maybe the running back makes a stab at it. Maybe he pops the ball up in the air, and that's a turnover going the other way. You really have to put it on a guy and also put it in a place where he has to accelerate to the ball and not have to make a big adjustment to the ball. Both guys look pretty sharp there. Overall, you see a lot of the lists that came out. There were 20 guys there, and I think there were a couple of guys that you could say, like Aaron Noland, Julian Sayin, very consistent. That's the Alabama and Ohio State commitments right there. Like, most people that saw the first day would probably put Puglisi and Raiola both among the top 7 or 8 names there. 24/7 Sports had Raiola as their alpha. That meant he was their top quarterback after the first day. On3 had Puglisi number 6 in their rankings, and Raiola followed at number 8 for the day. You see these drills right here. This is the rail shot where you absolutely have to rip the ball. It can't be low. It has to be head, neck, above. Can't be too far in. Can't be too deep in the end zone. Really, it is a true measure of arm strength. And this was an elimination contest where if they didn't throw the right ball, they would be kicked out of the competition in the rail shot challenge. Puglisi actually lasted longer in the event than Raiola there. All in all, you got the two guys right there. I thought it was a pretty good first day for both of them. I think Dog fans will be really pleased with what they will both have in Athens. And that's a good thought, a good overview, a good view from the first day of the Elite 11.